What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And today we got to let's get at the heart of the matter, right? Today's entertainment is pretty whack, right? Let's be honest. If we're talking about any, TVs, movies, the stuff more often than not is just whack. It just sucks, right? So let's be honest then. What happens when something sucks already to begin with, but now you run out of ideas, so you got to go and you got to revive something like, I don't know, say Roadhouse, Charlie's Angels, all this trash that you see here. So that brings us to X-Men '97. I was an '80s and a '90s kid. Okay, so I was able to see X-Men when it was going on originally, and I can tell you right now, man, fond memories. Fond memories do not even begin to describe how much I love that TV series, dude. It had lessons. It had a lot, dude. It just had a lot to offer. Now, along comes X Men '97, and it's made by Disney, who's ruined my childhood, by the way, and I know I don't forgive them for that. But Disney has ruined my childhood, and I don't forgive them for that, man. But let's keep it real. They've been way too woke for their own good. That's just the reality, man. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. They're hurting their bottom line, but they're political activists over there. They're not everything that's creative over there is either a remake, some sort of shot for shot remake almost, or just reimaginings or whatever. So how on earth is X-Men '97 going to be any good, right? Well, let me tell you, I'm only going to review the first episode for right now because, dude, I don't really know how to do the critiquing thing. I don't. That's not. I've never been like that. I'm the type that just kind of lives in the moment, enjoys it, maybe pokes fun at little holes. Logical fallacies, stuff like that that the characters fall into. Maybe little goofs or whatever. I'll point those out, whatever. But typically, when I go watch a movie, I go to watch a movie to have a good time. If I'm gonna go and dedicate myself to a TV series, I want it to be good because you're not gonna waste 8 hours of your life or 4 hours of your life on garbage, right? So I wasn't going to watch X Men '97 at all, but I had friends that keep going, bro. You gotta watch. It's good. It's good. It's not woke. It's not that woke. Oh, it's not woke. It's not that woke. And the thing is, bro, honestly, I was scared that it was gonna be garbage, just absolute garbage. Well, let's get to the first episode, all right? And I'm talking about just the first episode, and there's gonna be some very light spoilers. If you've seen the trailer, chances are that it's not a spoiler at all. But we'll be talking about some light spoilers. And I took notes like a professional. My handwriting is trash, though. Anyway, so as soon as I wasn't excited or anything, but as soon as the song played, I think they remade the theme. At least the beginning part of the theme, the beginning theme. I think they remade it. And I think that they changed it ever so slightly, and I'm not sure I like it, dude. I'm not sure I like it. It might be completely in my head, but it feels different. Either way, the song was close enough to get me hyped, and I'm still hyped. And I just finished watching it. And then, of course, the episode title, To Me, My X-Men. That is such a cool, like, nod, tip of the hat, homage, whatever you want to call it, to the books, man. The comics were, dude. X Men comics were so good, dude. For the most part, the stuff was good. Now I can't talk, about recent storylines. Krakoa sounded interesting. I haven't followed up on it or whatever. But I thought that was cool. That the title of it was To Me My X Men. And then Storm comes in, and Cyclops come in, and it's original voices, man. It was pretty cool. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Then at one point, Cyclops gets in a pretty cool one-liner, you know, which is not the typical for him, but it was a '90s one-liner, you know, and Storm is trying to negotiate, supposedly, according to her and Bishop. They're talking, whatever, and it kind of doesn't make sense because Bishop basically says to her, "Hey, the guys that were fighting right now, they didn't listen to your reasoning or whatever." And then she's like, "Oh, I tried to resolve it peacefully," and I'm like, "You tried to resolve it peacefully by throwing a storm at him? She threw like a blizzard at him, dude, and that's like peaceful to you? There was nothing peaceful about that. It was crazy." And dude, oh man, this is also something that comic book fans are gonna be able to appreciate, especially. They finally gave Cyclops some respect. In the comic books, this man can literally punch a hole. I mean, he can punch a hole in a cord that's being tossed up at like 50 yards. No joke. They when they've written Cyclops to his peak, that man is a serious problem. Serious problem. And not just because of his powers, but because of his mind too, bro. And his training. He's a badass fighter too. I think he's got like boxing and Aikido. He's got like 4 or 5 styles. They mention it under his powers, I'm sure. But yeah, man, they finally gave him some respect, dude, because they always make him out to be the Boy Scout and this and that, and Wolverine even calls him the Boy Scout, which is typical. And this is what, like, we're supposed to pretend it's been like what, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, of them being together already. And 5 years I would already been pissed off 5 years of somebody calling me a Boy Scout for 5 years. It's like, bro, I'm not a Boy Scout. I've proven this to you already. But whatever. You know, he still called him that. I don't know if the voices for Morph and Rogue are the same. I haven't looked it up. They hit my ear kind of weird. I don't know if it's because, again, I'm trying to be critical, or if it's just because, yeah, nah, dude, that is what it is. As far as some of the appearances go, dude, like the way characters look, some of the redesigns, I think are awful, dude. In the comic book, Storm does have that mohawk type hairdo, but I've always hated it. You know, it's cool that they at least let her keep her white costume, which was awesome. That costume is awesome, dude. The hairstyle I hate because she's a beautiful character, and I don't know, I just don't like it like that. It's kind of crazy for me, dude. And what's his name? Gambit, dude, one of my favorite X-Men, and they have him being kind of selfish, kind of weird. It's all kind of weird because everybody takes their powers like super, like with zero respect. Like everybody's using their powers like it's all good. It's you know what? It kind of became like an anime, okay? Like if anybody here is an anime fan, yeah, this entire wall, that's literally all anime. And I haven't watched all of it because it's, as you can, there's a ton of it. But I've tried to follow it up, dude, because I love if there's one thing I love overpowered characters, dude. I think they're funny, and I think it's fun to pretend that you're like in the overpowered characters. Don't get me wrong, my favorite character for Marvel is still Spider-Man. He's not overpowered at all, unless he's got the Captain Universe powers or whatever. But normally he's not overpowered at all. But these people, dude, they portray him as far as cartoons are concerned, super overpowered now. They're super, super overpowered now, which is good because that's more accurate to the comic. But when I tell you that they're spamming powers like Naruto, because this is the problem with Naruto, right? If you guys will remember, Sasuke, right? Sasuke Uchiha, he used to spam Chidori. It used to be Chidori this, Chidori that, Chidori that, blah, 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 blah. It was for everything, bro. He dropped the remote to the TV. Chidori, bro. It was crazy, bro. And it just got to a point where it was like, all right, I guess it's an anime thing, dude. I guess that's what it is. And that's kind of how it feels like in this episode. Dude, in this episode, Cyclops gets yanked out of the Blackbird, all right? And he's free falling, Lord knows how many thousands of feet, right? And he's like, "Oh, good job, everybody catches everybody except him." And nobody is sweating the fact that he is not, that nobody's helping him. Nobody's sweating it. And he's like, "Good job, guys. I'll see you on the ground." I'm like, what? Dude turns around, faces the earth, and I wish I was kidding with you, but uses his powers to slow his descent, and then he little by little by little by little, decreases the potency to the point of where then he touches down. Now remember, it's not a fire. His blasts, they're not heat. There's no heat to them. It's just concussive energy. But my dude, like, come on. Because if you remember in the original X-Men, it wasn't like this. They would feel drained. It would be crazy to exert themselves like that. But yeah, dude, it was. Isn't that ridiculous, bro? Like, just the idea of it. Whatever, bro. It was just crazy. Dude, I still got a man crush for Wolverine, man. And I hate saying that because if you're from the 90s, chances are you're a Wolverine fanboy too, man, And now for the women, I'm sure that there's a lot of female Wolverine fans now because of Hugh Jackman. But man, I just love Wolverine, dude. Even though he's still playing the stereotypical cliche, right? The dude that is always just in the friend zone, but he loves her and he'll do anything for her. Such a cliche, dude. Such a cliche. When he's a badass, and that's another thing that's like so cliche. So, dude, Jean at one point in the episode tells Scott, "Oh, we gotta leave the team, because they're pregnant now. They're married, still." and they get pregnant, and she's ballooning, dude. She's at least a good 7 months, maybe 8, maybe more, because she looks like she's ready, And then yeah, dude, he's like, "We can't leave the X-Men," and then of course they'll talk about it. So that was kind of a shock because I was like, "Damn!" Already in the first episode, we got stakes. We got stakes here, And then it was all, I want to say, very 90s. It felt very 90s. And this is a super esoteric reference. This is a deep cut. But if any of you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City made you feel like you were in the 80s and everything was very cool about being in the 80s. This TV series, when you watch it and you really give it an open mind, it makes you feel like you're in the 90s, which for some is going to be a good thing, for some it's going to be a bad thing, or for some nobody's going to care. For me, it was super cool, bro. It was very cool to be in the 90s again. And yeah, dude, the ending is kind of weird. The ending has Cyclops and Jean telling the team, "Hey, look, we're leaving, blah blah blah." Wolverine makes, of course, a fuss out of it, whatever. But then before they can come to blows or anything like that, before anything gets real serious or goes beyond, they get an alert that somebody's broken into Professor X's office. And if you saw the trailer, you know it's Magneto. And Magneto says that Charles's fortune, the school, everything belongs to him now. And if you guys know, Professor X is another one of these comic book characters that has a ton of money, dude. That school is in friggin' New York, and it's on a lot of land. So you can only imagine how much he's got. So that's it, you guys. You know what? As it is right now, I would recommend watching it. Now the problem is I've only seen one episode. I want to give it a fair review, but you guys let me know. Tell me if you feel the same way down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Like, share, subscribe if you can. If you can't, if you don't feel like doing it, dude, I totally understand. And I thank you for hanging with us. Flock, I'll see you guys. Stay safe and stay based.